Here's a prediction for the week ahead in Washington. Topic that will be rising in importance and getting a lot more attention: Syrian refugees. These are the Syrians who are fleeing their country by the thousands as the civil war there gets worse and worse. Obviously, most of these people are heading for Europe, but the strain that this is producing in Europe and the anxiety it's producing in Europe has raised the question, why doesn't the U.S. do its part to take some more of these refugees, even as countries in Europe, Germany in particular, decide to do exactly that? And in fact, the movement to do that is underway here. In the current fiscal year, the one that ends at the end of this month, the White House says the U.S. will take about 1,500 Syrian refugees. Earlier last week, President Obama said he's ordered his administration to increase that number to 10,000 in the fiscal year that starts October 1st. And then on Friday, 70 House Democrats wrote the White House and said, not 10,000, we should be taking in 100,000 refugees between now and the end of 2016. The question is, what will the opposition say? The people who don't like this idea, they're going to raise questions about security, whether terrorists are going to use this influx to infiltrate ISIS fighters into this country, for example. But if you go out on the presidential campaign trail, most Republican presidential candidates are actually agreeing in principle the U.S. should take some more. It's a convenient argument for them to make, in the sense that it allows them to say the problem has been created by the fact that the Obama administration let Syria get so out of hand by not having a better, firmer, and more decisive policy in Syria. That's why the refugee crisis exists. Therefore, we also agree that some Syrian refugees ought to be taken by the country because we're partly to blame here in the United States. So everybody on all sides is kind of coming around to the idea the U.S. can't not do its part in the Syrian refugee crisis. A lot of debate ahead about exactly what that means, however.